Benoit, you are interested by Marie Vassilieff since the 90s. So why do you think Marie Vassilieff is important?
So first of all, the importance, which is really crucial, it's she's one of the first women arriving in Paris and starting to work at the Atelier Matisse, and then immediately in end of 1911, beginning of the 1912, she opens a Cubist Academy, which is I think she's the first woman to do such a move, and especially abroad, because she came from Russia. She was not French born, and which became 2 years later, when the war started in 1914, the cantina, you can call it this way, of all the artists of Montparnasse who were starving. So she had also she had an artistic function, and she had also a social function in Montparnasse. And in the very early 20s, after war, and very early 20s, she's the first one to make a modern version of the puppet theater. She opened a doll theater, but in a totally constructivist avant-garde
Spirit
and aesthetic. And in parallel, she started to develop a practice which is doing dolls and doing portraits, but with very rough and diverse material, from modoï to fur to, I mean, mixing whatever she can find around
So she
her.
invented style.
So she invented style, and she invented a genre, a genre.
Oui.
And you can say that this is one of the reasons that she was not accepted as an artist in the salon that happened in the 20s, because she was trying to show her dolls, and of course it was not accepted because they were.
It was not painting. It was not classic.
Painting. It was not sculpture. It was in between. So it was not acceptable for the organizers. And she kept on trying with this. But she very soon, even in the 20s, started to work in different fields, and she did a collection of Cubist furnitures, which was a huge estimated success, but a very poor investment, because she didn't sell nothing. And so she had this multiple ways of expressing herself, and not only, which is totally now accepted. I mean, for an artist today, you can use a different practice to express yourself, but at the time it was complicated to impose this.
And why is she till now underestimated in the market, I mean?
So she's, I would say, underestimated because the part which is most considered most valuable is the Cubist part, which is between 1911 to 1914. Then you have another 1916, 17, a series of disarticulated figures, which reminds of Cubism. And then in the 20s it stops, and she moved on to these different practices that she will use all her life until the end. And I think there is a misrecognition and a misunderstanding of her work, or you would say in French, œuvre. And the conception of it is not clear to the people. And
also she was also she was supported by Russian for a long time.
So after the year 2000, when you started to have the Russian emerging market, which went very quickly very high, you saw the prices of the Cubist paintings that were in stagnation between 100 and 200,000, moving to 600 to 1.4 million for a real Cubist piece, or 1.5 million. So she was proposed to the very high level of prices, but still the dolls, and they were selling, but not at very high prices. It started to go better. In 2014, when the market stopped, the Russian market with the sanctions and all the clients disappeared, it went back down to what it was, in fact.
Merci.